Hello and welcome, my friends. This is Jennifer from Mystic Star. I want to thank you so much for spending some time with me today and watching my video. This is going to be my weekly group reading for the week of June 21st through to the 27th. I know many of us are really feeling that weight and heaviness. We've got oodles of planets in retrograde now. We've got so much going on this earthly plane. It can feel really overwhelming, especially as we are trying to overcome some major obstacles in a global scale. This week I really wanted to highlight that high vibrational loving energy. How can we overcome the challenges that we're faced using our natural skills and abilities while incorporating that high vibrational energy? So when I'm thinking high vibration, I always think of the unicorns. The unicorns have that high, pure vibration that we need. So the decks I had to go with today, I went with the Crystal Unicorn deck, and then also the Everyday Witch Oracle. I wanted things to have bright, friendly colors so we don't feel overburdened or discouraged by some darker colors that some of the decks can have. This week, my friends, I went with raw crystals. We really have that very raw feeling to us, and it really resonated with me with this reading. So I have, of course, the rose quartz, and I'm not sure if many of you have seen this before. This is called Healerite. It's a beautiful crystal that a friend of mine connected me with. This is a bigger chunk of it. It's absolutely beautiful, and it has such an amazing, crisp, gentle energy for that healing process, hence Healerite. And of course, one of my favorites, Auralite. I want you to look at these crystals, and whichever crystal resonates with you the most right now, I want you to choose that one. And then go into the description box below and pick the correlating timestamp. Each crystal has a timestamp for its own reading. You click on that correlated timestamp and it'll take you straight to your reading, and I will meet you there. Hello and welcome, my rose quartz friends. This reading is especially for you. Now, like always, I have the full decks of both the Oracle and the Tarot cards, so you get the most comprehensive and meaningful reading for you. Without further ado, let's see what the week holds for you guys. What can my rose quartz friends expect from the week of June 21st through to the 27th? Change in progress. Well, that explains a lot, and many of us have been feeling this shift and change. And shift and change doesn't always mean that it's worse or more challenging. It just means we're evolving. Similar to this fellow who's gone through some rapids and his poor little cat's hanging on for dear life. He's coming up to a space that is full of magic, of light and love. I don't know about you guys, but I really feel like we're still stuck in these rapids. We're being thrown around, bounced about, knowing that this too shall pass. We'll get over this. It's going to take some time, some energy, and hard work. However, individually and as a species, we are going to overcome all that we are faced with right now. It may feel very daunting. However, believing in our path, believing in the universe, and most importantly, believing in ourselves, our gifts, our abilities, will help us overcome these challenges with greater ease. Give in to passion. that need to stay in the high vibration, choosing to participate in activities that are connected to our passions, those things that bring meaning, that light, that fulfillment to us. When we're doing them, we don't feel that we're being tossed around as much. We're getting out of that worry, of that fear, and we're getting into that heart-centered aspect and piece of ourselves. Time flies because we're having fun. And it's that high vibration of fun and love that's going to take us further than worrying about what these rapids are going to hold for us. So let's look at this week a little bit more. What can my rose quartz friends expect from the beginning of the week? Those rapids are real. The Tower. Those shifts that the universe is kicking us into. Literally, the universe wants to shift us into gear. The fear of the unknown, the fear of the virus, the fear of what's happening due to social unrest. I get it. It's scary. We cannot turtle and cocoon ourselves so that we avoid our own personal journey. Avoidance won't get you anywhere. It'll just get you more stuck and feeling less able to ride out these waves and get to that destination you need to. This week, especially in the beginning part of the week, you're going to feel that thunk of the universe, that direction, that universal kick in the pants to get you going, to get you unstuck. Now with the Tower, jump the Four of Cups. Fours are a foundational, stable number. That cup is about that intuition and emotion. The Four of Cups talks about that blah mundaneness that we're feeling. We're feeling in our world, in our different aspects of ourselves. We're missing that holy grail opportunity to push ourselves forward. This shift and kick in the pants that we're going to feel is going to direct us right to what we've been missing all along. Helping us to slow down and reevaluate what is truly important for us, because we're still holding on, and in some situations it feels like for dear life. We're holding on to things that are not serving our greater good. They're serving a purpose, but it's not that greater good. It's actually serving to cause stagnation and stuckness. What about the middle of the week? What can my rose quartz friends expect from the middle of the week? The Seven of Cups. Now, sevens are a lucky number. I know you can feel really challenging. However, when we face that challenge or obstacle, and we work at it, we can overcome and conquer that challenge. Now, the Seven of Cups is also known as the Seven Deadly Sins card. That card that talks about illusion and uncertainty. Anytime we're dealing with that Tower, our ego starts to panic because the ego has no control over what the Tower is going to do. That's a universal shift. Your ego can only deal with individual pieces. It can't think outside that box. The universe is going to come in, bringing with it situations, peoples, and events that will cause that shift, that will cause that strike. With the middle of the week, you're going to find that uncertainty and instability is amplified because we've had a little bit of a bump or rock in our world. Knowing that even in that illusion and uncertainty, there are going to be pieces, aspects, and opportunities that are going to serve our greater good, that are going to support this cup, that holy grail. Now, what aspects or piece is going to be important to you will be an individual piece. Slowing down and being open to the messages that the high vibrational beings are going to send to you will help in determining which of these cups, which opportunity is going to support you, your growth, and that greater good that we're looking at. Now, a good way to be open to this is getting out of our head. That's why that given to passion is going to be such an important card for you this week. You need to slow down and connect into that high vibration. Connect into what's fun. We don't want to get stuck here in the, oh my God, why me? We want to take this as an opportunity to dive in and create and connect into that passion center. Connect into what's really important for us. That will help with receiving and slowing down to be open to those messages. When we're not so stuck in our head, we are able to connect in. We're open to those messages, those ideas. When we're connected into our passions, into that fun, that's when those aha moments strike. And that's exactly what we need here, are those aha moments. What about the end of the week? What can my rose quartz friends expect for the end of the week? The Five of Cups. Similar vein to the Four of Cups, the Five of Cups talks about focusing in on what isn't serving you. Focusing on things that aren't serving your greater good. Pieces and aspects that may have had some sort of important role in your life. However, it was taking you away from what's important, that soul's deeper journey. We've been ignoring what's been right in front of us. We've got that on two different cards. That reevaluation and reconnection into what's important, what will help you on your journey. And that's your passions. Because when we do that, that's when we see this magic. We see those pieces fall into place. The universe rewards us with abundance and helping us with that manifestation. Bringing what it is we really want and what we're asking for to the forefront so that we do receive that reward. We receive that positive encouragement forward. Let's go on to the challenges. What is the challenge that my rose quartz friends will face for the week of June 21st through to the 27th? The Eight of Pentacles. Now, eights are about movement and manifestation. That pentacle is about growth and abundance. The Eight of Pentacles talks about that fine detailed work, that detailed orientated space to getting jobs done on that very hands-on level. When I say getting into our passions, I mean enjoying it. It's not about that end result. It's about that connection into that heart-centered space. Your ego is going to try and keep you directed here or here. These 3 cups will keep coming up in different ways, whether it be handed to you right in front of your face or right in plain sight. These 3 cups are going to come to you in different manners. Sometimes they're going to be right in front of you and they're going to seem full and lush, and that's where you want to go. Other times they're going to be overturned and you're going to see them for what they are. Yes, we have learned and need to keep that knowledge and what those aspects brought to us. However, we need to start to embrace what the universe is offering us. The Holy Grail, the 2 of Cups, that connection, that meaning. Because if we keep ignoring it, the Tower will continue to keep striking. So our ego is going to try and keep us focused in on these 3 cups. And one of the ways it's going to do that is through detailed micromanagement type tasks. Whether it be with that passion, with your day-to-day work, or those household tasks that we have to do. This isn't about that detail right now. This is about getting out of your head, getting out of your way, and overcoming this bit of a bump this week. The 7 of Wands. Now, like I said, 7s are a challenge number. However, they're usually victorious. That wand is about passions. However, in the 7 of Wands, we're looking at that inner chatter, that self-talk, that need to fight and battle self. We're going to find that we're going to beat ourselves up pretty harsh this week, especially as the Tower has struck or continues to strike. That negative self-talk will be very defeating and unsupportive this week. Well, let's be honest, any week. That negative self-talk can really wear us down even more than what we already feel. Checking that self-talk and shutting it down. And yes, you can have that inner chatter with yourself. You don't have to have a long battle. It's more of a, this needs to shut down. I can do this. And if you're struggling with that piece, with being able to shut your ego down, take a little time for self. I have a 30-minute meditation that I did with Archangel Chamuel that you can access wherever and whenever you need. And it's about that self-love. When you participate in that meditation, or any meditation, you start to realign both hemispheres of your brain, and you're going to have a better ability to critically look at what's happening. Being able to access all your faculties, all those tools, all those abilities to overcome whatever obstacle or negative self-talk you're dealing with. Now we do have the double 7s, so the cups and the wands. In angel messages, when you see that multiple 7, the angels are telling you that you're on the right track. Keep going. Don't give up. Let's go into some blessings. What blessing can my rose quartz friends embrace for the beginning of the week? Inspiration and courage. Very clear there. I love it when 2 different decks can speak so well together. It speaks about how it doesn't matter what deck you have, the higher vibrational beings are going to support you in receiving those messages that you really need right now. That inspiration and courage. Connecting into that solar plexus energy for that courage and determination, that connection into passions that leads straight into the sacral chakra, where we're looking at that passion-centered creativity. It all leads into you and how you can use that inner fire to help burn away what's not working for you. What about the middle of the week? What blessing can my rose quartz friends embrace for the middle of the week? Affirmation for posture change. I know it sounds like a crazy card. However, it's really important for us. That posture change supports us in our energy shift. When we're all curled in and hunched over, our shoulders are up by our ears, we're looking down and shuffling around, we look defeated. We look like we're not able to tackle these challenges, these obstacles, get through that river rapids. A posture change and putting that out there, that very affirmed and intended posture change, being aware and putting space in between your ears and shoulders, holding your head up high, knowing that you have those skills, those abilities, rolling those shoulders back, putting that head up and going, you know what? I may feel overwhelmed. I may really feel uncertain about what's happening, but I know I got this. Standing up straight. Taking in those deep breaths. Allowing your chakra system to uncurl and function and flow more efficiently will help with that energy flow, will help you feel stronger and more able to take on the tasks at hand. So being aware of what your body is doing, slowing down, taking that time for meditation, possibly some yoga or stretching, will go a long way in shifting that energy that's been kind of sitting and weighing heavy with you. What about the end of the week? What blessing can my rose quartz friends embrace for the end of the week? Affirmation for acceptance. Affirmation or setting those intentions, working on self, working on your abilities, connecting in with those passions so you better understand yourself will go a long way this week. Additionally, will go a long way in the weeks to come. The more comfortable we are with ourselves, the more we accept ourselves for who we truly are, the more we're going to gain that fulfillment and insight we're looking for. So being open to that acceptance, setting that intention. Again, that meditation with Archangel Chamuel regarding self-love and acceptance is a fantastic, easy tool that you can use. I also did a meditation with Archangel Uriel regarding that connection in with your abilities and your skills. Using what's right at hand, right in front of you, to your advantage, is one way that we can connect in to those missing aspects. Because we're using things that are not going to cause a lot of heartache, challenge, or pain to do or find. They're right there and ready for us to use. So we're going to end off on, oh, that jumper's already. Any further information and insight that we can share with my rose quartz friends for the week of June 21st to the 27th. The Knight of Pentacles. Now, the original cards, Pamela Coleman Smith drew these knights in varying stages of motion. Usually the Knight of Pentacles isn't moving at all. He's the one that is plowing the fields and working that home front. The other three knights are in motion. They are in different stages of their quest or adventure. The Knight of Pentacles is different. He works on that homestead. And this week is going to be very important that we do work on that homestead. I know there's going to be situations and events that are going to trigger different shifts in your life. But having that intentional time for self is going to go a long way. Either it be through meditation, that yoga or stretching, caring for yourself and nurturing yourself in whatever way is meaningful for you will support you in connecting into this journey and taking you where you need to go. Now we have the little brother, the Page of Pentacles. This is that childlike, innocent energy. Again, we're dealing with that growth and abundance. But with that page, we're looking at that inquisitive, playful mind. Trying to understand and incorporate the knowledge that we're learning and how it pertains to our growth. And that is going to help with some of these more challenging obstacles. How we deal with those 3 overturned cups. How we deal with that shift from the mundane to fulfilling and exciting. Using that playful, inquisitive energy to get our hands dirty. Get in that dirt and dig around. Start planting some seeds for the future that are going to bring in that abundance we're looking for. The Sun. Very much a card that we can connect in with and need to connect in with. That love and light of unconditional loving energy, happiness and joy. Anytime you see the Sun in tarot, it lightens up and brings joy to the reading. I know the Tower can be kind of hard to deal with. Some of that shift, some of that loud rumbles that you're going to feel and hear are going to take things away that you kind of knew were holding you back. Sometimes it's that unexpected part, but deep down we knew it wasn't serving us. We knew this because we were receiving symbols, signs, and messages telling us we do need to do this shift. The universe will only allow so much stagnation before it will kick us in the pants. Knowing we've got that Sun, it's bringing that light and joy to this journey and really helping us to connect into this passion. The Nine of Cups. Nines are about all that you've achieved in your life. Cups, again, we're looking at that emotion and intuition. The Nine of Cups talks about the abundance that we've achieved and accrued and worked so hard for in our lives. It's all around us. It's taking that time and looking at those abundant aspects, those pieces that are going right in our lives, and how we can make that cup fuller and more predominant in our lives. Using what's working and amplifying that, bringing that to the forefront So we're not focused in on the 3 overturned cups. We're focused more in on those 2 upright cups, which is going to lead to 4 upright cups, which leads to 9 upright cups. Following that path will take you exactly to where it is you need to be. I want to thank you guys so very much for joining me today and watching this video. I hope that you found this video fun and helpful, and you're able to gain some direction and insight into what the week holds. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for the latest content. There is so much more amazing coming your way, my friends. The best way to stay connected so you don't miss out on any of this amazing healing or insight is to subscribe to my channel and hit that little red bell so you don't miss a video. Also, if you enjoyed this video and want to support me in making more, I have a Patreon page with many tiers and lots of perks. In some of the tiers, the perks are private readings and healings with myself. I provided a helpful link below, so why not go check it out? Until tomorrow, my rose quartz friends. Hello and welcome, my Healerite friends. This reading is especially for you. Now, like always, I have the full decks of both my Oracle and my Tarot cards, so you get the most comprehensive and meaningful reading for you. Without further ado, let's see what the week holds for you guys. What can my Healerite friends expect from the week of June 21st through to the 27th? Rebirth and reinvention. This week is going to be about getting down to that nitty-gritty of that true self and allowing it to shine through a lot more than what we have. It can be very challenging to bring yourself to a place of vulnerability when you're starting to shed some of that armor that we've created and put on for protection. Taking things slow, one step at a time, remembering to breathe, and allowing that natural light to shine through. You're going to be surprised at how much better you feel, because you're shedding some of that weight that you've been carrying around with you, that's weighing you down and slowing you down. With that, jumped affirmation for healing the heart. Very much connected into this rebirth card, because part of this connection to self is healing ourselves. And no, it's not going to be a one situation or one band-aid problem. This healing, it's going to take some time. It took some time to gain these wounds that we need to heal from. And the more gentle and nurturing you are with your healing, the more you're going to be able to sustain and ensure that you don't receive a similar injury in this lifetime or in the lifetimes to come. So let's look at this week a bit more. What can my Healerite friends expect from the beginning of the week? Well, that's not surprising. The devil. Part of this rebirth is removing these shackles, these nooses, and embracing ourselves. The more honest and open we are about who we truly are, the easier it's going to be to release ourselves. We have that capability. We just need to connect into that courage, that inner fire, that willpower to connect in, to release what's holding us back. And you'll find as you start to crack and pull off that shield, it's going to become easier to remove, because you're going to feel less vulnerable and more in tune with your own power, and being able to embrace all your natural abilities and skills to overcome and compensate for that weight you've been bearing. What about the middle of the week? What can my Healerite friends expect from the middle of the week? The King of Cups. Kings are the most fully developed personality. They hold the most power and control of their suit. That King of Cups controls his emotions. He doesn't feel bogged down because he's dealt with those problems. He's overcome those situations and events and pieces that he needed to heal. He is now feeling more in control, more in tune with his power. He's more able to connect in to that intuitive guidance to help him overcome those obstacles and challenges, no matter what the seas are doing, no matter how calm or how choppy that water gets. The middle of the week, we're going to have some of that aha reprieve. We're going to feel more in tune with ourselves and more able to take control of that inner roller coaster we've been on. We can't change whether the water is choppy and chaotic or calm and placid. We can only control ourselves and how we respond. The middle of the week, we're going to be able to tap in to those innate skills and abilities to respond in a higher vibrational way. The more in tune we are with ourselves, the more balanced and centered we are, which includes centering and balancing that brain hemisphere, either through meditation or breath, so that you are able to access your full faculties in assessing and overcoming those obstacles. So we're going to have some breakthrough in the middle of the week. The more we're able to reflect in and embrace who we truly are at the beginning, that's when you're going to get those aha moments. And what about the end of the week? What can my Healerite friends expect from the end of the week? The Ten of Pentacles, one of the family cards. Now, tens are an ending and a beginning card. They're about that natural end and that natural beginning. The Ten of Pentacles talks about that support, that stability that we receive from our family. Now, whether that be our birth family, close friends, individuals that we've brought in as kin. Additionally, it also includes passed on loved ones and our astral family, that higher vibrational support system. There is no ending and beginning to this support that we have. We have that strength and stability to access as we need. The more we're able to connect into ourselves, the more we're going to be able to understand this support system and how important it is for us and how we too can give back in a very fulfilling and authentic way. It's one thing to have the support of a family and that very nurturing cocoon of individuals who love you for you. You also have to be able to give back and support them. That balanced relationship is essential. During the end of the week, we're going to find other ways to connect in. You're going to have those breakthroughs, those epiphanies with these different relationships, because we are going to be a more authentic being. It's going to help with some of this healing that we need to do. Some of what we've been holding on to, this armor or wall, has caused rifts or challenges in relationships with others because we're not being a true self-being. As we start to connect into our power, step into it, embrace ourselves, embrace who we truly are, we're going to see these relationships start to deepen and heal as they need. So let's look at the challenge. What is the challenge that my Healerite friends are going to face for the week of June 21st through to the 27th? The King of Swords. We're going to get caught up in that head-centered area. Your ego is going to lose its mind. You're challenging it right off the hop. We're going to get caught up in trying to critically think and overanalyze what it is we're doing. This week is about connecting into that true self, that heart-centered self. Not about critically analyzing what's happening. And that's where your ego is going to want to go. Using your head is going to avert you from some of this amazing progress that you can really tap into and connect in with this week. We're going to have to be mindful of that over-analytical and that over-critical mind. We don't need that tyrant in our lives right now. What we need to embrace is his brother, that calm, that nurturing, cool water, rather than that sharp, cold blade of the sword. So obviously we do have the brothers here. They're the 14th card in the Minor Arcana. When you have that multiple 14, the angels are reminding you that this is a time of love and spiritual growth. You need to keep your mind and your thoughts positive and optimistic as you undertake these new opportunities. The Six of Pentacles. Sixes are about harmony and balance. That pentacle, growth and abundance. We're going to want to spread this energy everywhere. And we're not going to know how to balance it. When we feel like we're losing that stability in our lives, when we're starting to take off that armor, we start to feel that vulnerability, which causes that instability because we start to get scared. It's going to be important to take that step back, start to do some deep breathing, and connect in. Through meditation and breath, you're going to be able to use both parts of your brain, both hemispheres, giving you access to all your skills, all your abilities, so that you can overcome these pieces. You can feel that stability, that you can connect in to that proper energy of nurturing and growth. Taking that time and acknowledging that yes, we may feel very unstable and unsure of ourselves, and really looking at that. Yes, we can use our critical thinking. We don't have to, lop off our head and not use our brain at all. Check into where that energy and feeling is coming from and what would help you with that stability. Do you do some forward planning and ensure that you have the right crystals with you? Do you make sure that you use correct visualizations? These are things that you can look at and plan for as you're looking at your week. Let's go on to some blessings here. What blessing can my Healerite friends embrace for the beginning of the week? Speak your mind. Very critical when we're looking at dealing with our devil, dealing with that ego. Speaking that truth. Not being afraid to share that information. Now, it could be just with self or your higher vibrational beings. It could also be with that support system. Using our skills and abilities with our communication, including that of not only receiving information from others, but giving it. Utilizing that communication skills are going to be essential. Remembering that there are two sides to this coin. Not only do we want to be able to be heard by others and clearly speaking our words so that our message is being received, but also being open to the messages that others will receive. Remember, we're in Mercury retrograde, so this communication is going to be a challenge in itself. However, we have the skills and abilities to clearly speak our minds, have that communication, have that conversation, connect in with others. We just need to be mindful of this retrograde, of how people may not interpret what you are saying clearly, and vice versa. You may not clearly understand them. Taking that time to check into it. Communication is key this week, and it's actually key to most of your weeks, years, and months to come. However, this week, as we're into full swing Mercury retrograde, it's about checking in and clarifying that you're understanding the information correctly and checking in with others that they're understanding what you're saying. What about the middle of the week? What blessing can my Healerite friends embrace for the middle of the week? Imagine and envision. The only thing that's holding us back, well, it's truly us. We limit our thoughts and our belief system to what is socially okay. When we relax, take those blinders off, connect in through our passions and our creativity, getting out of that very societal-based worry and fear, and we allow this amazing imagination to be set free, we're going to start to have those aha moments, which is going to help you gain the direction and the connection with self that we're looking for. Giving time, especially in the middle of the week, taking that time, setting those intentions to connect into that passion-centered fun. And don't be surprised about the messages and guidance that you're going to receive from some of this connection. And what about the end of the week? What blessing can my Healerite friends embrace for the end of the week? Meditation for clarity. Like I said a couple of times in this reading, that meditation and using both sides of your brain will support you in this week and weeks to come. Taking that time, setting that intention to clear your head, clear it from some of the overcritical and lower vibrational energies that it has a tendency to focus in on. Being open to those amazing opportunities that are awaiting you. I have a variety of meditations that I've done with different archangels, and it's going to continue forward. I keep having more archangels coming to me and asking me to do more meditations, and I'm getting a lot of great feedback from my clients and students regarding these meditations and the need for them. So taking that time, you can access my library of meditations. You can even just set out time for meditations. There's a lot of free guided meditations around. You can take some time just focusing in on that breath. Setting that intention is going to be key to gaining that clarity that you're looking for. Right, we're going to end off on any final insight and wisdom that we can share with my Healerite friends. Justice. She's the 11th card in the Major Arcana. Talks about that right and wrong. She brings in that sword of truth and knowledge and cuts through some of the crap. She's going to really help us cut through some of those tethers and bindings that we have with the devil, with our ego. Helping to bring in more of a balanced approach to life. She's a gatekeeper. She's going to help us stand in our own power and redirect our course so our journey is more true to our soul's deeper purpose. Helping us embrace this life of authenticity. Because when you're authentic and genuine, you are being truthful to self, and more importantly, truthful to others. The Moon. The Moon is the 18th card in the Major Arcana. It's a card of uncertainty and mystery. There are a lot of mysteries, and let's be honest, a lot of uncertainties about that true self. Being okay with that uncertainty and that unknown so it doesn't slow you down. Because our ego is going to be terrified of being authentic, being vulnerable. Because we could be ridiculed, people could say things. That's their journey. When we're true to ourselves and true about ourselves, if you're going to have haters, well, that's where they're at. They can stay in that low vibration. For us, it's part of that healing and connection in with self, loving ourselves, no matter what that self looks like, and no matter what has happened in this lifetime or in past lifetimes. Working on that healing and love. Oh, these cards. I laugh. The Knight of Cups. That connection in with that love. The primary emotion that the cups connect in with is that loving nature. So we have the Father and the Son. And the Son is sharing his courage, his determination to tackle that very dry and barren area. Flooding it with nurturing love. With that high vibrational, intuitive self. and giving rebirth to where it needs. I want to thank you guys so very much for joining me today and watching this video. I hope that you found this video fun and helpful, and you were able to gain some direction and insight into what the week holds for you. If you like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up or subscribe to my channel for the latest content. There is so much more amazing coming your way, my friends. The best way to stay connected so you don't miss out on any of this fantastic healing and insight is to subscribe to my channel and hit that little red bell so you don't miss a video. Also, if you enjoyed this video and want to support me in making more, I have a Patreon page with many tiers and lots of perks. In some of the tiers, the perks are private readings and healings with myself. I provided a helpful link below, so why not go check it out? Until tomorrow, my Healerite friends. Hello and welcome, my Auralite friends. This reading is especially for you. Now, like always, I have the full Oracle and Tarot deck, so you get the most comprehensive and meaningful reading for you. Without further ado, see what the week holds for you guys. What can my Auralite friends expect from the week of June 21st through to the 27th? Transformation and change. This week really offers us that ability to step into that power, to embrace these natural shifts and progressions that are coming forward. They're coming into that light. Something that we've needed to do. We're ready for. It's now time to literally take up our broom and get on it and ride down the road. Meditation for creativity. Part of this shift and change that we're going to be looking at this week is tapping into our intuitive creativity. Anytime we are looking at that creative element, getting out of our head, we get out of our way because we're not focused in on those worries, those heartaches. We're allowing our focus to shift into something high vibrational, meaningful, and most importantly, insightful. When we shift out of that fear focus, that worry focus, and we get into that fun and light, that's when those aha moments are going to come in. And that aha moment is going to inspire further transformation and shifts in your life, finding more abundance and fulfillment. Let's look at this week a little bit more. What does the beginning part of the week bring, my Auralite friends? There's something that's caught my attention as I was shuffling. So we have this little kitty here who's playing in the paint. Seems to know what he's doing. He's got his own little easel. We have this little puppy who's stepped in his paint and he's just splatting around in it. He may not be as set up as that little kitty. Through connecting in to that creative source, that creative center for ourselves, we're going to inspire those around us. And it's not going to be that they're going to be inspired for change. They're going to be inspired to connect into their creativity, which will inadvertently bring that change that they need to their lives as well. Back to the beginning of the week. Sorry. Oh, I'm ahead of my cards. That connection to family. We need to inspire those that are around us just as they inspire us. Keeping that focus on those rainbows, that high vibrational loving energy. When we're in that high vibration, we literally sparkle. We become this lighthouse in the darkest of night. People and little creatures are drawn to us because we are sparkling. We're glowing because we're high vibration and being authentic to self. We need to connect in at the beginning of the week here to those very important people in our lives. Checking in on them, supporting them, and in some cases, inspiring them to connect into their passions too. What about the middle of the week? What can my Auralite friends expect from the middle of the week? The Nine of Pentacles. Nines are about all that hard work in your life, and all that you've achieved. That pentacle, growth and abundance. Focusing in on what is working in your life. Focusing in on those creative endeavors. Keeping things in the high vibration will help with that abundance, will help to allow this Garden of Eden to grow even lusher and fuller. And I know that that is easier said than done. There's a lot of chaotic energies at play right now, and many of us are feeling that instability and negativity that is floating around the globe. I'm not saying that negativity should not be there. However, it's really weighing heavy on us. We're not able to create that change that is needed so that the ultimate change, that global unification and equality change can happen. When you're stuck in that hatred and fear, you're not going to go high vibrational to that next stage of development and transformation. So, reminder, no matter what's happening on the outside, we stick to that high vibration. What you put out is what you're going to get back in. What about the end of the week? What can my Auralite friends expect from the end of the week? The Two of Swords, those decision-making and critical thinking aspects are going to come into play. Yes, we want to stay in that creative heart center mode. However, as we're connecting in and as we're embracing this shift and incorporating it into our everyday, we're going to be put at a crossroads near the end of the week, where we need to make some decisions for ourselves. This is when that meditation is going to be essential for you so that you gain that direction and insight, helping you to remove the blinders and make the most high vibrational choice for your greater good. Then the Ace of Swords. That aha moment. They're going to come fast and furious, especially if we're tapping into that creativity. We're getting out of our head, we're getting out of those worries, and we're open to ideas, open to possibilities. And these possibilities aren't even in our realm of conception because we are so focused in on that everyday, on those fears and those heartaches. We need to be open to these amazing rainbows so that we can glitter and shine even more. Let's look at the challenges. What challenge will my Auralite friends face for the week of June 21st through to the 27th? The Eight of Swords. Those fears, those heartaches, they weigh heavy on us. They feel like they pen us in. We stay in that low vibration, we're going to miss out on so many amazing opportunities and possibilities. Like I said when I was talking about the Nine of Pentacles, we stay in that high vibration. What we put out is what we're going to get back in. If we put out that heartache and pain, that's when we're going to get heartache and pain. The Knight of Wands. Knights are that no fear energy. However, they're an adolescent energy and can get distracted and sidetracked very easily. This week is going to be about that transformation, that shiny, that squirrel moment. You're going to find those passions are every which way from Sunday. Like the second card that jumped out was that meditation card. We need that direction. We need to use all aspects of our brain. And we can do that through meditation because we calm and balance our brain, being able to be open to these possibilities and opportunities. If we don't have that balanced, centered state, you're going to have this Knight of Wands running everywhere. We need to give him clear directions so that he is turned from an obstacle to an ally. That adolescent no fear energy can be very useful. It can help give us that strength we need to face that question that we're going to have to make a decision on. Clear that crossroads. Giving him direction will give him that supportive energy to help us. Without direction, he's going to sidetrack us. We're going to start to feel very depleted because our energies are going to be everywhere than where they need to be. Let's go into the blessings here. What blessing can my Auralite friends embrace for the beginning of the week? Oh, how glorious. Cleansing body and spirit. Taking that time for nurturing and loving ourselves. Baths and showers are amazing at releasing that residue and buildup that happens, especially right now with that global unrest and negativity and fear. It weighs like a film on us. Taking that time to bathe and just see it being absorbed and transmuted in that bath, or during a shower, rinsing things off, especially if you've been outside and have been dealing with people. Visualize that film being rinsed away and being refilled and replenished by that nurturing element of water. Now don't worry, that film that comes off will be transmuted before it hits the drain. Your guardian angel is there to help you out with things like that. It's something that will naturally happen because you're taking care of you. They are there to help and support you and nurture you as you start to really walk in and step into our power. Because having that lower vibrational energy around us, it only reduces our vibration, and then it limits our abilities for transformation, for creation, for connecting into those possibilities. So our guardian angel, our guides are there to transmute energies that aren't serving us. What about the middle of the week? What blessing can my Auralite friends embrace for the middle of the week? Haha. Oh yeah. Joy and delight. That high vibration, that play, that fun. Letting go of those worries and fears. knowing that you've got this. This too shall pass. Things are going to get better, especially when we start to, as a whole, as a global species, focus in on that high vibration and living that path and owning our abilities. Now, in this joy and delight, I don't mean going crazy and starting to touch everybody and touch everything, putting yourself at risk. Even the highest vibrational people can be impacted by this virus. That joy and delight is that happiness and love that we bring in. Connecting in with those people that are meaningful for us. Connecting in with those pastimes and activities that bring us fulfillment and joy. Spending time in our garden, spending time that is safe for us and safe for those around us. And what about the end of the week? What blessings can my Auralite friends embrace at the end of the week? Grounded and center. That meditation, that connection in for the guidance and those aha moments. Like I said before, when you are centered, you are calm, you're using both parts of your brain, both hemispheres, you're able to make a clearer and higher vibrational choice for you. Taking that time to ensure that you are grounded and centered. That meditation is going to be key. Meditation and focusing in on that breath helps to balance out both hemispheres of the brain, giving you that ability to make those choices, to receive those inspirations, those aha moments. Let's go on to the last part, which is any further inspiration and guidance that we can offer my Auralite friends for the week of June 21st through to the 27th. The Knight of Pentacles. Now, Pamela Coleman Smith drew the original knights in varying stages of movement and motion. The Knight of Pentacles is steadfast. He's busy working on and plowing his fields. This week is going to be an inner week, a week that we work on and strengthen our abilities, embracing that transformation and stepping into our power more fully. Then we have the World, the 21st card in the Major Arcana, and she talks about endings and beginnings. That crossroads we're looking at the end of the week is that new chapter, that next stage. We need to embrace all that we've learned in this chapter and get excited for those possibilities and opportunities to come. The Dancer really encourages us to embrace all that we've achieved and use it to your advantage in this next stage, in this next door, possibilities, opportunities, or chapter. However you want to label that in your brain, those next pieces and steps are going to be on this new plane for you. Accepting and embracing some more of your natural skills and abilities to help you really own who you are. I did a meditation earlier in June with Archangel Uriel. It'd be a fantastic meditation, and that's very evident here about that key piece before meditation, because Archangel Uriel and I worked on connecting in a fuller and more meaningful way to our natural skills and abilities, our natural powers. Like always, I will leave a link below to this meditation, and don't hesitate to check into some of the other meditations I've done with other archangels. I'm going to continue to add to that library as the year goes on. So there's going to be more supports and tools that you have at hand whenever you need them. And then finally, the King of Swords. Kings are that fully developed personality. They have the most control and the most power. This guy is all about that knowledge. We've got that sword of truth and knowledge with him. That truth will set us free. We can't get bogged down in that emotion. The 8 and 9 of, well, actually the 8, 9, and 10 of Swords talks about that emotion that's weighing heavy on us due to events and situations. We need to allow the truth aspect get down to that knowledge base, removing that emotion center from those events, from those situations, and that reduces their power and hold over you. When you look at an event from that knowledge perspective rather than the emotional perspective, we can start to see what we needed to learn and how we can take that forward. When we use knowledge, we're more able to start to connect the dots and gain our own aha moments. I want to thank you guys so very much for joining me today and watching this video. I hope that you found this video fun and helpful, and that you're able to gain some insight and direction into what the week holds for you. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for the latest content. There is so much more coming your way, my friends. The best way to stay connected, so you don't miss out on any of this amazing healing and insight, is to subscribe to my channel and hit that little red bell so you don't miss a video. Also, if you enjoyed this video and want to support me in making more, I have a Patreon page with many tiers and lots of perks. In some of the tiers, the perks are private readings and healings with myself. I provided a helpful link below, so why not go check it out? Until tomorrow, my Auralite friends.